Hi Pisces, welcome to your next 48. My name is Heidi and welcome to Pisces Cove. And this is where we're going to take a look at the energies for the next 48 hours, what might be coming in Pisces. Let me just say, I feel like you are feeling this eclipse energy. I really do. I'm surprised the moon didn't show up because it's showing up for everybody's readings. But you are the moon. Oh, there it is underneath the deck. The Four of Wands and the moon. It's so funny. It's not funny, Pisces. It's serious, but you know what I'm saying. So let's get to it. If you're looking for personal readings, please check out the link in my description. And Pisces, you very much are susceptible to moon energy. If you don't feel it, I don't know what to say. So let's get to it. Because it does feel as if you're in your feelings. Dive deep is here with solitude and move forward. I feel like you are trying to get answers here. And you're definitely trying to, because dive deep is Scorpio energy and kind of like the subconscious, what's inside. And I feel like you're not trying to get answers from someone else. I feel like you're trying to figure things out for yourself, and you've maybe pulled back your energy from the world at large to try and figure that out. So what it says definitely is, I do feel like you are trying to decide whether or not to move on from someone. I do. Underneath the deck is the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups reversed. You could be feeling kind of hopeless about it, to be honest. You could also just be trying to deal with your own feelings and not deal with someone else's feelings. Because I do feel like you're thinking about this from a self standpoint, right? I'm not saying you're not thinking about the other person. I think you are, but you're not like solely focused on their feelings. You're trying to focus on your own feelings in this situation. So here we have the thinking man and the world. And what's interesting is the thinking man and the thinking woman came out. So this is someone, like, you definitely are very much thinking about each other. And if you were wondering, you're both thinking about this. You're both thinking about the future of this relationship, whether or not it even has a future, right? And it's interesting because you both are overthinkers. You both think alike, actually. You probably feel very much alike to this person. So that could be twin flame energy, although no twin flame cards came out. It very much could, because you literally have so much in common with this person. And, you're both thinking about how the lack of growth here, how nothing's happening, because fish reversed is there, which speaks of, things growing, things going somewhere, abundance. And, it's funny because the man came right underneath the man, right? And that's really about, like, I tend to look at these cards in terms of energies. So there's no action being taken here. There's just a lot of thinking. Just a lot of thinking, Pisces. And especially when you think about the numbers, and this is really about, wanting something to change here, because we're having 10, which is completion, 11, which is change, and 12, which is, new cycles. And there's definitely this desire for a new cycle with this person. It's just, I feel like you're both wondering whether it's even going to happen, because it just feels right now like nothing's happening. But here's the door to personal healing and happiness. So we're definitely thinking about this in terms of from a self perspective, right? And, it's just, though, it's kind of like you want to move forward no matter what that moving forward is. You want to move towards your destiny. You want an answer here, whether or not this can be healed, right? But someone needs to make a move here, and that's at the crux of the matter, right? And woman holding a heart here, which I'm definitely looking at this as feminine energy. There's a lot of feelings, a lot of being stressed out. And it could be, the other person that's stressed out, but I feel like it's mutual. I feel like it's mutual. This kind of feeling defeated, you know what I'm saying? So some details you need to be aware of is that there is a determination coming in. And this is bringing in communication and unexpected change, moving towards the future. And the world has showed up twice, Pisces. The world has showed up twice. So there is a big chance of success if we can move differently, if we can move better, right? And there is, like, within you, because I'm looking at this from your point of view, a determination for that to happen, for there to be change towards the future. And what would help you right now is to really decide if this is what you want. Okay, Seven of Pentacles does speak of investment, but it also speaks of, like, stagnation. So it's kind of like you have to decide, is this your destiny? Is this where you want to go? Will this make you happy? And so, with the Six of Pentacles, that's like bringing balance in, and it is meeting halfway. It is both people doing this, right? And so, I feel like what would help you is to figure out whether or not you truly want to invest in this. And then it might be you, Pisces, that has to stretch this hand out. It might be you that needs to make this move, and it's interesting is on the bottom is the Four of Wands, the Moon, the Nine of Pentacles, the Hangman. And there's so much energy here with you not being sure. Like, would I be better off single, or do I really want this? And I feel like that's what you might be thinking, and it's really hard because the heart is on the bottom with the Sun, and child is here too. So specifically, if you have children, Pisces, that's part of your decision-making process. Although, there definitely is love here, will this be good for all concerned, right? And is this what you want? And I think that it can get very confusing because you do love this person. You do. And so, but you have more than yourself to think about here. The Empress, okay. The Sun, again. The Nine of Wands. The King of Swords. So there's definitely a decision being made. And you definitely are going to take some time to figure out, and this is specifically lighting up for those of you who have a child, okay? Because the Sun came out several times, child came out, and it's just kind of like, is this best for everybody? Is this good for me? And that's what you're trying to figure out. Love isn't the question. The question is this good for me? And you're trying to make a decision, and you may pull back to do that. You may pull back to do that. Eight of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune. And the Emperor. Oh, wow. We have the Emperor and the Empress. I feel like before there's a move made, you may also be reflecting on what needs to change. What needs to change. And is this part of my destiny? Like, is this where I want to go? Wow. The Magician. The Knight of Swords. The King of Wands. I do feel as if there is a move being made towards manifesting this, towards manifesting change here, definitely. And it's like, once you decide, like, even if you decide not to go with this relationship, it's about that you can't stay in this stagnation anymore. There needs to be a move made. And, it could be that your person is not making a move. And so you're having to be the one initially, because I kind of feel like there needs to be something here in order for you to decide. You are looking for the answers within, but you also need answers from this person. So definitely that's happening, Pisces. So let's see what happens next. And it really feels to me like this has been an ongoing situation, and you want like a final answer here, even though justice didn't show up or judgment. I do feel like, are we building or are we bullshitting? What are we doing here? I feel like that's where you're coming from. Okay, so let's see what happens next. What happens next for Pisces? Nine of Pentacles. Okay. What happens next? What happens next? Ooh. What happens next? I don't know, Pisces. You might be choosing to be single here. What happens next between Pisces and this person? What happens next between Pisces and this person? See, this is really confusing, Pisces. This is so confusing, but let's do it anyway. Oh my gosh, Pisces. High Priestess is on the bottom with the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Wow, Death card. I feel like you don't see this change coming, because I feel like what you decide, Pisces, is to just keep it moving. Like with the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups, it's like you can't see any change happening here. So you just decide to walk and, focus on your own happiness. Focus on, with the Nine of Pentacles, you know what you're worth. You know what you deserve. And so, you're thinking, well, there's probably something better out there, right? And it's like at that moment, everything changes. All of a sudden, the Four of Wands comes in, which is your 1111 card, which is the change. And you hear from this person. Page of Wands. You hear from this person, probably an apology. So whatever move that you might have made here, Pisces, maybe this person ignored it, is what I'm feeling. Because with the Nine of Wands, they needed time to think about it. The Nine of Wands is like feeling like you need to protect your energy. Like it's the wounded warrior, and I kind of feel like whatever you did, whether you sent a message or you called or whatever, they ignored it. And it was really because they needed to think about it. I feel like they're in the same space you are in some level. And with the Two of Cups, you're coming back together. You're coming back together, the Two of Cups. I mean, that's coming together in love. Yep, Queen of Wands. The Tower. The Ten of Swords. And the Four of Swords. It's like your person here, they need to move on in some way, because here's the Tower. That could be happening with the eclipse. There is an ending with this person, but it's needed because they need to move on from it may feel like a betrayal to you, but the truth is that they need to process some pain first. Maybe whatever happened between you in the past, they need to let it go. And they need to, honestly, they need for this to end. They need to lose you in order to let it go, in order to come back. Because they're coming back, right? Four of Wands, Two of Cups. But here's what happens in between. This person really needs to figure it out. Just as much as you do, I suppose. You know, I just kind of feel like you're coming to it faster than they are. And they're still carrying something from the past that they, you know, they need to process first. And it's actually like the ending that helps them to do that. You know, so I don't know what happens to y'all during the eclipse, but you know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, and this is the next 48 hours, so, you know, this conversation or whatever it is could be taking place there. It could be the beginning, you know, of what happens. So let's get an outcome here for you, Pisces. It's like you know that this is destiny, but your person doesn't. So it may take them a little time first. So what's the outcome here? Six of Swords. Outcome. Three of Pentacles. Nice. What is the outcome here for Pisces and this person? I feel like you're moving on to a new way of working things out with this person. Because, of course, the Six of Swords is a conversation and moving forward. A transition, if you will. And where this is all leading you towards is working together better. But the truth is, and I know that this is like hard to hear, but it has to end for that to happen. It has to end for that to happen. But with the Knight of Cups being here, or the Page of Cups, it will be coming back around. It definitely will. Yeah, because, you know, we see the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. It's like it has to go through this process. And unfortunately, that process involves the whole thing blowing up in order for it to come back. Because you're seeing the journey, it's opening up and coming together. Right? Because someone here needs to let go of their disappointment. And they can only do that by themselves. You know? You can't help that person do that. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. So I hope this helps, and toodles.